They called it weak, too fragile, too unreliable, too difficult to grow. So they abandoned it. But what if the grape was never the problem?
From struggle, still standing.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back for another video. Today I want to share with you the story of Malbec, and maybe it's not just a story of a grape, maybe it's your story, maybe it's mine. Let's see. Malbec was born in France, in regions like Cahors and Bordeaux. But it struggled. Frost destroyed it. Humidity weakened it. Diseases attacked it. Year after year, it failed to meet expectations. And then came the final blow. The Great Frost of 1956. Vineyards were destroyed, and France made a decision to move on, a decision to replace it, a decision to forget. Malbec was left behind. But thousands of kilometers away, something different was happening. In Mendoza, Argentina. The climate was dry, the air was clean, the sun was strong, the nights were cool. And for the first time, Malbec didn't just survive, it thrived. It became richer, deeper, stronger. Argentina didn't just grow Malbec, it revealed its true potential. At the exact moment France was abandoning Malbec, Argentina was perfecting it. Same grape, different environment, different outcome. And maybe this is not just about wine. Maybe this is about you. Because just like Malbec, sometimes you are not failing. You are just in the wrong environment. Too much pressure, not enough support, no space to grow. But put that same person in the right place, with the right people, with the right opportunities, and everything changes. So if things aren't working, don't be too quick to blame yourself. Look at your environment. Because growth is not just about effort, it's also about conditions. Many times, people will say, oh, work hard. You have to be strong. You have to be strong, you have to work hard. Hustle, you have to hustle. But what if working hard, what if hustling is not just enough? Because sometimes it's not that you are not working hard enough. Some people are working 2-3 jobs, but they are still struggling to pay the bills, to keep the lights on, to put food on the table. So, are we going to blame these people and say that, no, they are not trying enough? Or are they lazy? Are they not smart? Or what is the problem? Because let me tell you, Having been to many places, I have met people that work hard. Like every day I meet this kind of people. But sometimes it's not about laziness. It's not about working hard. Sometimes it's really about the environment. So the other day, my wife was telling me that if I know how much Cuban doctors are earning right now, I had no idea, honestly. So I said, I don't know. I know that generally Cuba is going through difficult times right now because they put a lot of sanction and the country is not just doing well. So people are leaving. That one I know. But the reality, like food, there are no food on the shelf. When you go to the supermarket, there are like interruption of electricity. They cut the electricity all the time. Yes, that one I'm aware of. But like the salary, how much the doctors are earning there in Cuba, I didn't know the answer. So I was guessing. I said, oh, maybe 1,500, 1,000 euros. She said no. Then I started lowering it. I said 800. No. She said, why are you in the hundreds? So I was like, oh no, don't tell me that. So I said 90, 80. She said lower than that. I said, okay, is it per month or is it per day? She said, actually, she read somewhere that they are earning between $30 to $50. If you do the conversion into euros or into dollars, it's around $40 to $50 per month that people are earning. And these are people that went to school for 6-7 years after high school. They went to the university to get medical training. Now, at the same time, compare, for example, in the UK, in Australia, in the US, in New Zealand, in Canada, how much a doctor is earning. You know? So it's not about working hard. You will blame these doctors, for example, in Cuba, that no, they are not working hard enough. No. For me, there is no problem as long as what you are earning can allow you to pay your bills and live a decent life. If the quality of life you are having, like you can live in your dignity, you can pay your bills, and you can still have like some savings or like some spare change to invest, then it's fine. Because sometimes life is not about how much you are earning. It's about how you are living it. Therefore, even if you are earning $6,000 per month, but at the end of the day, you cannot save, you cannot go on vacation, you cannot pay the bills, you cannot take care of your kids, then for me, it doesn't make sense. Or let's say, for example, let's take this example. Between someone who's earning 2,000 euros in Paris and someone who's earning 1,000 in Ho Chi Minh, in Saigon, Vietnam, I would prefer to earn 1,000 in Saigon, Vietnam than earning 2,000 euros in Paris. Why? The cost of living. Because out of that 2,000 euros, how much are you going to pay for rent? How much are you going to pay for food? How much are you going to pay for transportation? So someone can live a better quality of life with less money in a place like Vietnam, and someone can definitely have a miserable life in a place like Paris, London, Hawaii, New York City, you know, even though the salaries are higher there. So that's the point. Now, if the doctors in Cuba are earning 30, 50 per month. Is it enough for them to take care of their families? You go to Vietnam, you go to China, you go to Philippines, you go to Africa in general, Western Africa, Eastern Africa, and you will see people struggling. You come to Latin America, you will see people struggling. I know so many Argentinians here who have like 2-3 jobs just to keep up with the bills, you know. But these same people, if you take them and they move somewhere else, and these people, I'm not talking about people who are illiterate, no. People with no skills, no. People who have been, they got like professional training, they have some certificates, they have some degrees. But unfortunately, the economical situation is just tough. And so many people were like laid off. So now people are juggling different gigs just to pay the bills. Now, these same skilled people, you take them to another environment and they will be making more. They will have a better quality of life. So for example, right now, someone is a psychologist, for example, here in Argentina. Someone is, for example, a well-trained plumber, electrician. But how much he will be earning here? Maybe he will be struggling. But take this same person, bring him to a place like Canada, bring him to a place like Australia. He will get a higher pay and he can improve his life. So this is the point that I want to make in this video. Sometimes maybe where we were born or where we are living right now, it's not the best environment for us to just thrive. Even trees, we'll see some species of trees that can only grow in tropical climate. Some others, they can thrive in snowy places like Norway, like Canada, or even Russia, colder places. It depends on the soil also. So there are some crops that you can grow even during winter, but you cannot grow in the places that have like a hot climate the whole year. So what about human beings? Let's take an example of Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou didn't have the same strength, the same power when he was in Cameroon. No, he had the same strength. It's just that the environment in which he grew up, he doesn't have the equipment, doesn't have the structure, he doesn't have the equipment for him to become world champion. And I was listening to one of his interviews that he did recently, and he was saying the same thing. He said that he grew up in a village where there is no even one single gym. So that power that he has, he had it even when he was in Cameroon. It's just that there is nothing around him that can nurture or that can develop that talent. And that's why you can see, for example, even for football, most of the big football players that you will hear their names, for example, Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o, Yaya Toure, all these people, they come from Africa. But why they didn't explode when they were in Africa? Because the environment, because the structure is not there. But the talent is there. So when they go to a place where they are well trained, there is discipline, there are equipments, you know, coaches to follow them. Of course, they explode, because even talent, raw talent, need nurturing. Working hard is not enough. Sometimes your environment counts a lot. Francis Ngannou is a perfect example. He said that he has realized that, oh, if he stayed in Cameroon, he will waste his life. That's why he took his chances to face the Mediterranean Sea, cross, go to Europe, go to France, and then he was working in a restaurant. And then going to train, and finally he got his chance with the MMA, and he became who he is today, world champion. Now, if you have to compare How many Francis Ngannouns are there in Africa, in Latin America, in Asia, anywhere? But they don't have the light. They don't have the environment. They don't have the coaches. They don't have the structure. You know? So we are human beings and we can move. We are mobile. My point here is, I'm not encouraging you to say that, no, leave your country. No, that's not what I'm saying. The point here is, even if it's your neighborhood, you are not valued, move. If it's in your city, you are not valued, you don't have purpose, leave. If it's your country that they don't see your value, move. Go somewhere that you can find value, somewhere that you can find purpose for your life, somewhere that your skills, your qualification will be appreciated, somewhere that you can grow. That's the point that I want to make in this video. Go where you are valued. Go where you can be useful. Because living life without purpose, living life feeling useless, I think it's really depressing. Malbec became a global icon, not where it started, but where it was valued. So here is the truth. It's not where you were born. It's where you are allowed to become who you are meant to be. Go where you are valued. Go where you can grow. Go where you can be useful. Welcome to the Great Tribe. Welcome to life beyond borders.
Dum